Don't be shy.
Okay, if you want to ask something.
I have never heard about you before, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'd like to know how you start with this idea of producing and developing these projects or programs.
Yeah, I'm not involved with the one-to-one project at all. When I come here, I learn about this from you. It's not really a program in my country, and so one of the reasons I'm interested in Argentina is because it's one of the, I think, interesting places where this experiment is being tried, and the folks at Educar are obviously doing some really creative things in using this technology. So in this area, I'm here to learn. But I do write about and lecture about technology issues generally. One of the things that I sometimes talk about, what's your name, I'm sorry?
Kathy.
Kathy? Yeah. We were talking, your kids already have these computers, and you're just now learning to use them. And I think this raises an interesting question or challenge for teachers, where sometimes we have to rely on our students to teach us what they already know how to do and we're still learning how to do. Some teachers can find that, I think, insecure, but I think it's an opportunity to establish a different kind of relationship with students. I mean, we like to say we can all learn from each other. Well, this is an area in which we really can all learn from each other. Kathy and I were talking, there's some technical problems and maybe things didn't work perfectly the first time. There's often a way to turn that into a learning moment itself, a problem solving, where maybe the students can help to solve the problem, or maybe they already know how to hook up the speakers or whatever it might be. So sometimes I think teachers feel like they have to know everything and they have to be in control and they have to be perfectly confident with the equipment of teaching, the infrastructure of teaching. And this is an area, and I teach online myself. I feel this my own way in my own work. It can be difficult sometimes to be in a space where you're still learning yourself. You need to use it, you need to be the teacher, but you're also a learner. And I think that introduces an interesting and somewhat unique relationship with students. But it's also an opportunity, although unexpected things do happen. Yes?
Do you think we have to become application designers ourselves?
I won't speak for the folks at Connectar, but I mean, for me, this is the real opportunity of these technologies. I mean, you're just learning to make videos, right? But the opportunity for you and for your students to be the creators of content and not just the consumers of content is, I think, one of the most powerful capabilities of these technologies. And just yesterday we were speaking over at the offices about the material that's available that they've created that you can use. But I hope that a year from now, you're creating, or 6 months from now, you're creating material and sharing it with each other. Things that you've used, either adapting their material or developing your own materials. And I think that kind of a network of people who collaboratively produce knowledge and produce content and share it with each other is, to me, one of the really unique features of these new technologies. It doesn't all happen at once, but I think this does put the power in your hands to be a co-creator of the curriculum and not just a passive recipient of it. And I won't speak for the folks at Connectar, but I think this is very much their hope as well. Is that fair to say?
Will you be watching just watching the program, or are you going to do some research on it?
That's a great question. No, I mean, it's a really important question. It's been a topic of discussion. This is my 6th or 7th time in Argentina, it's starting, and I'm coming back again in September, and it's starting to look like this is a regular relationship. And if it's a regular relationship, and if I know I'm going to be coming down here more frequently, I would like to establish a collaborative link, not only with the folks here, but folks at some local universities and with UNESCO that I've also been meeting with during this trip. And part of what we talk about is doing more research and evaluation of these programs. I think there's plenty of expertise here in doing research and evaluation, but it is one area that I know a little bit about, and if there's anything I can do to contribute to that, I'm very, very happy to be part of it. And as I said at the beginning, it's not, I don't just say these things to say them. I know I will learn a lot from the opportunity to be part of it.
And can we contribute to your research?
My view is that the best research models in an area like this are ones that involve the teachers in the research project itself as colleagues and collaborators, especially in a situation where you're dispersed all over the country. You're the experts on certainly more than I am, and I think my view is that evaluation and research shouldn't just be from the outside top down. It should be something that engages people in a collaborative process. And of the many, many reasons to do that, one is you begin to develop skills in research and evaluation yourself. Not just as a consumer, but as a producer. That's certainly very much my approach. I'm not speaking for anybody else. Yeah. Well, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the questions and conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.